Hello, Baird and Warner. My name is Frances Simons, Vice President and Designated Managing Broker with Baird and Warner's Lake Zurich office, and welcome to today's version of Weekly Market Update. Today, I thought I'd talk to you a little bit about what major indicators are happening in the market. I'd like to start with letting you know that there are a number of resources available to you. Some of them are brought to you by Baird and Warner, such as the MLS Report. A couple I'm going to show you today. I'm going to start with Housing Wire, which is a national publication which covers the mortgage and real estate industry. And this newsletter from the 14th, earlier in the week, indicates that the housing market has really hit the bottom of its seasonality, and we're starting to see an increase and an entrance into the spring market with an uptick in listings, albeit a very tepid uptick. And why is that important? Well, the past 3 or 4 years, the spring market has been delayed to launch, right? So that is, first of all, a little bit interesting. But the good news is more listings are coming, and that is always a good sign. I then wanted to take you over and show you this graph from our friends at Keeping Current Matters. And this particular article talks about the showing index and what has happened with the showing index over the past 7 years. As you'll see, we have the pandemic years, those 2 unicorn years that were kind of outliers with regard to all things real estate. But the 4 years prior, you'll see, were not as strong as those unicorn years. Interestingly, though, the showing activity for 2023, not as strong as those unicorn years, but really outpacing the 4 years prior to the pandemic. Very interesting. So what does that mean? Buyer demand is very, very strong, and it means there's a lot of competition. Take the opportunity to bring graphs into your presentations, and I hope all of you are doing buyer and seller consultations with every new client that you meet, right? The purpose of that is to help your clients understand the market they're entering into, to get clarity, which gives them confidence, and to ultimately make great decisions, but it also positions you as their trusted advisor. Okay, so we have the 30,000-foot view. Let's now bring that a little bit more relevant and local. And I'd like to go into the MLS, and there is a report that's available to you guys every week. This weekly snapshot is a great report, and there's some great graphs and such in there that you can use with your buyers and sellers. And what we have here is the showing activity for 2020, 2021, 22, and year to date in 2023. Please make note, and of particular interest is the trajectory of our showing through the spring season into the summer and heading off into fall and winter is pretty much identical year to year. Why is that important to share with your clients? Because in the Chicagoland market, we clearly have seasonality impacting us from, as we move through the year. And why is that important for our buyers and sellers? Well, it helps them understand who is in the driver's seat and what that might mean to their pricing, what that might mean to how they structure their offers for buying. So let's talk about buyers for a minute. Here in the spring season, starting in January, moving into April, in the spring market in May, we have an increasing level of buyer activity, right? And showing traffic, more importantly. So they're going to be running into a lot of other buyers as they tour homes, but it also means they need to enter into this market very prepared. What does being prepared look like? It means having a strong pre-approval. It means that when they see homes that they really love, they can't take their time and sleep on it, so to speak. They need to move quickly, and they might be in a multiple offer situation. Now, let's go to the other side of the fence. We're working with our sellers, and we're talking to them about the market they're entering into. This slide is great. You might have a seller that says, well, I was thinking about getting through the summer and coming on the market in August sometime, maybe after the kids are back in school. Mr. and Mrs. Seller, I understand that. Would it be okay if I show you why you might want to rethink that timing? So as you look at this chart here today, you'll see that in the Chicagoland market, we have an increase of buyer showing activity as we build from the winter market into the spring. However, as we get into the July timeframe here, this dip here is 4th of July, there is a slight increase, and then we start to trail off for pretty much the rest of the year, right? These little dips are Memorial Day, 4th of July, and Labor Day, right? So we have a little surge here, but then we trail off pretty rapidly with the foot traffic coming through your house. So if you really want to maximize on the most foot traffic coming through your house, you're going to want to enter the market in this spring, probably before the 4th of July. So I hope this information has been helpful to you, to use some of the data and the resources available to you to help articulate the 30,000 foot view that they're more familiar with, and then bring it into a hyper-local, more relevant perspective. I hope this has been helpful. Thank you for joining me today. Have a great day.